What's going on, Blackhawks fans? This is your newest edition, Draft Day edition of the Blackhawks Hockey Central podcast, presented by Breaks Media. I'm Joe Vitali, and we got Skokes here as well. And we're going to be breaking down Conor Bedard and Oliver Moore, number 1 and number 19, that the Blackhawks took. So, obviously, number 1, Conor Bedard. Bedard's season, they already had a number 98 jersey waiting for him. It wasn't going to be player 23. It was Conor Bedard because that's who it is, and he's going to turn the city around. So I'm really stoked and glad to have him on board.
Yeah, man, the prince that was promised for the Hawks. This has been a year and a half leading up to tonight, and it's finally official. He could talk about the Hawks all he wants now. He doesn't have to keep any more secrets, like pre-draft. So this is real. I can't believe it, but this is real. Yeah.
You better believe it. I
Right.
was also so shocked to see how many NIL deals he was getting just straight
Mhm.
off the bat. So Lululemon goes and decides to post a picture of him saying Connor Bedard signs with Sherwood. And you're
Mhm.
like, oh, why is Lululemon doing that? Well, he's sponsored by Lululemon too. So
Mhm.
that's awesome. I'm glad he got his Lululemon bag. And then he's got the Sherwood bag. And then I saw him sign in hockey cards for
Mhm.
Upper Deck. So, and then I'm sure he's getting a cut of those jerseys. I was worried because I saw people getting Bedard jerseys like months ago at the World Juniors and stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm like, dude, guys, you can't be doing that. He's not getting a cut yet. You're just burning money at that point. But I
Mhm.
think with that pre-sale, pre-order deal the Hawks had, I think that he's still gonna get a check cut out for him. So we
Mhm.
always love that.
Oh yeah. I mean who's gonna have the Chevy Drive commercial now? There's no more Kane and Tays, so
No,
you have to
it's
drive what Bedard drives, and
exactly.
uh, yeah, and he's pretty well lined up for all these deals coming up soon, man. It's exciting, very
Yeah,
exciting.
very, very exciting. There's hope in the Chicagoland area again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just going over, I guess just the stats really quick. Just the last year, so nothing crazy, but it's only 143 points total in 57 games. I mean, he almost quadrupled games played. 71 goals, 72 assists. It's just unbelievable, man. And in the World Juniors, I believe he had 23 points in was it 7 or 8 games total? Uh, just crazy. 9 goals, 14 assists. It's just insane, man. He's breaking records, and he's not even 18 yet. That's the craziest part about it. He's not even
Yeah,
18 yet. Hmm.
that that's all. Yeah, he was born '05. Is he '05?
I believe so. Yep. July 17th, 2005. So his
That's
birthday's
so
coming up soon.
that's so weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird. But that's awesome.
Hmm.
I mean, '05. It's just funny because I don't know. I was born in '94, so
Hmm.
it's just like '05. It's like, oh yeah, I remember what happened in '05. But
Yep.
he wasn't even born yet, so just really funny, shocking.
Yep. Hmm. Super young, man, but super high expectations. We'll
You
see
got that
what.
right.
Yeah, we'll see. So we could move on to the Hawks' second pick of the first round, number 19. So there were reports coming out from Kyle Davidson. Uh, coming up to our pick there, but he was trying to trade up for Oliver Moore because that was their guy. That's who they were targeting. Because he was projected to go anywhere from like 8 to 15, possibly. But they were on the phones. They were relentlessly trying to trade up for him, and somehow, some way, he falls to 19. I mean, the fastest skater in the draft, man. Uh, Good offensive touch, nice shot, great passing. He has super high motor on defense, but you know, e- every prospect has to work on some stuff, and he could definitely shore up his stick handling. It's a little rough when he tries to get too fancy, right? But super speedy player, man. The fastest kid in this draft, and it's awesome to have him come into the system with like Frank Nazar, Reichel's already up, very fast. Bedard, great speed, but not super speed. But that's all we need for now, man. It's unbelievable pick at 19. Great value.
Yeah, I was surprised he slipped to that because I saw, last episode we were talking about, Danielson or
Mm-hmm.
Hanzik or, some of these other guys, and you just see him drop like flies. Okay, he's gone, he's
Mm-hmm.
gone, he's gone, and you're like, okay, well, this isn't looking good, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, Oliver Moore is still on our big board, and then you hear that Davidson's trying to trade up, trade up, trade up
Mm-hmm.
because he wanted him so bad, and then he just falls right into our laps, and it's awesome. I really liked it, and wild draft in general. I think
Mm-hmm.
we said I've been saying it for a while. If it wasn't Bedard, Fantilli, Carlson, Mitchkov, I think that was a really bad move, and
Mm-hmm.
it was not. And it was Bedard, Carlson, Fantilli, and Smith. So
Will Smith, yeah, yep,
Will Smith, who walked out to Fresh Prince of Bel Air theme music. So you just love to see the commit to the
yep,
bit.
yeah. Uh, it was pretty chaotic, man. But I just want to touch on Oliver Moore really quick.
Yeah,
Just to get some details on him. Yeah, so he's 5'11", 176, so pretty good height, and he's obviously gonna bulk up with the professional uh, training staff, right?
yeah,
Definitely gonna bulk up, but great size already, man. He finished with 75 points in 61 games, 31 goals, 44 assists with the United States National, what is this, development program. Yeah.
yeah.
So that team was stacked, man. I mean,
It
Ryan
was
Leonard, m-
exactly.
my God, Gabe Perreault, just a super stacked team. But that projects it really well because we're going to have great talent here also. So if he could project like that with our lineup, that would be great. So he's committed to the University of Minnesota for next season. So he'll be playing with Sam Renzel, uh,
Yes, he will.
the first round pick from last year. So that's going to be
Right at the
awesome.
tail end. Yeah, I
Right,
think he was like
right.
29 or something. Yeah,
Yep, it was right at the end there. That's awesome. Just to have two prospects with the same team, it's awesome to have.
the chemistry is going to transfer over right away, which I really
Mhm.
appreciate.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Hmm.
I'm uh, I'm an Oliver Moore fan, and yeah, I mean, in Chicago has got such amazing food. We got deep dish pizza, we got Italian beefs, we got combos. He's
Hmm.
gonna bulk up, no problem.
No problem, man. There's no issue there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking at the top of the draft, man, you could start it off there if you want.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can just go in order.
Hmm.
So Number one, Chicago Blackhawks, Conor Bedard, easy. Anaheim Ducks, Leo Carlsson, a little bit of a surprise there.
Hmm.
And so I kept hearing all this stuff. So that everyone was like, oh, well, yeah, so Pat Verbeek, he comes from the school of Yzerman, and, you can't tell Steve Yzerman anything. He marches to the beat of his own drum, and he's not afraid. He'll go and do it all. So the knock, if you want to say it was a knock on Fantilli, was that his hockey IQ wasn't as good as Carlson's. Carlson's had was just a little bit higher, but
Hmm.
I was listening to a mock draft last week, and I remember someone was saying, okay, so Carlson has a higher hockey IQ. How has Fantilli's lesser hockey IQ impacted him as a player at the University of Michigan? And the person was like, "Oh, well, I'm not really sure." So, it seems like it's pretty negligible. And
Hmm.
with you have Zegras, you have Terry, Cam Fowler to a much lesser extent, but you've got American players who have played in the national team development program, and Adam Fantilli. Well, I mean, he's Canadian, so he wouldn't have, but he's playing Big Ten hockey right now. So why I feel like Big Ten American style hockey with the already USA national program players that are already there would have been
Hmm.
great synergy. And the motor on Fantilli is it's there. It
Hmm.
is always running maximum speed. He got tossed out of the World Championships. I
Hmm.
mean, it was for indirect head contact because the national hockey doesn't play like that.
Hmm.
But you know, I just thought that was a little weird. But so yeah, number two Anaheim Ducks, Leo Carlson.
Hmm.
Seems like the internet was ducks being ducks. So
Yeah.
um, and we move on to number three, Adam Fantilli. I'm sure CBJ was laughing. They were probably so happy to have Adam
Hmm.
Fantilli, even though he is a University of Michigan player, and that's Buckeye country. But I'm sure they can put that off to the side. I've seen a lot of people saying that Fantilli is probably the best center that Columbus has ever had, ever,
Really.
which I think is high praise. And off the top of my head, I'm not really the only one that really comes to mind is Rick Nash, and
Hmm.
he was a great,
Right.
great player. Ran into concussion problems, but
Hmm.
to say that Adam Fantilli is better than him, I think you need to pump the brakes. But
Hmm.
really good outlook. And then you
Hmm.
have San Jose at four, Will Smith, 5'11", 5'11.75", 181, shoots right, 52 games played in 22-23 with 104 points. So he was literally a 2 point per game player. He's a national team development program product as
Hmm.
well. Two-way center. Really like that pickup. I think he was a little underrated.
Hmm. Right.
And then now you just get in. This is where it starts going banana lands. You
Yep.
got Montreal Canadiens David Reinbacher, defenseman, 6'2", 185. He's playing in Switzerland, but he is German. And I saw him. The only reason I know about this guy is because I saw him at the World Juniors, or maybe this was the World Championships, and he got absolutely clobbered.
Hmm.
I have seldom seen a hit like that in the NHL, and this was international play. So
Yeah.
he just got lit up. And so, I just read that they interviewed Kent Hughes, the GM of the Montreal Canadiens. And they were telling him, they're asking him, so what's the deal with the D man? And because then they went out, we'll get to it,
Hmm.
but they went out and they got another D man, and with their late round pick that was Florida's. Um,
Hmm.
and so he was saying, well, we don't really have many, we don't have a lot of D men on the right side, so we just thought this would be a great time to go out and grab right side D. Buddy,
Hmm.
you got Lane Hudson on the way. There are some free agents out there. I don't know, like Orlov.
Hmm.
He's a left guy, left side. So that doesn't really help them with their right side, I suppose. But like, there are options out there that you don't have to. In a forward heavy draft, you don't
Hmm.
need to go get D like that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But even less sense is number 6 here at Arizona Coyotes with Dmitry Simashev,
Yep. Hmm.
6'4", 198. So he was playing in the KHL and he wasn't
Hmm.
really doing much. So they demoted him to the uh,
Uh,
their junior. I don't
yeah,
MHL. I
I think
want
it
to
was
say.
MHL. Yep.
Yeah, and so he's a confusing guy because I was
Hmm.
listening to Dmitry Filipovich, and that's the PDO cast on in Toronto, and he was saying that Simashev he might not necessarily be that offensive guy, that
Hmm.
offensive defenseman that you want, but D, his as a defensive defenseman is elite. He is a shutdown. You are not getting past this guy.
Hmm.
So you know, I mean, but like this is the Arizona Coyotes we're talking about here. They
Right.
don't have players. They're
Yeah.
all prospects, and
Hmm.
their owner has come out and said he doesn't want to spend money on the team. So
Hmm.
that's why you got them tied up in I want to say $23 million in
Hmm.
LTIR space of guys who are not going to play ever again, and
Hmm.
all their contracts are insured, so the Coyotes aren't even paying them out. Uh,
Exactly. And
Whatever. Strange franchise.
yeah, and the funny thing about uh, Simashev, I think we mentioned him last video about possibly being there at 19, right? And just
Yeah,
and just to see him go at 6, I mean, yes, he's elite on the defensive end, right? He's a good skater for being at size at like 6'4", but I don't think that's worth the risk to go top 6, man. It's just not a sound decision for such a high pick, right?
yeah,
Like you could take an elite skilled uh, like winger center like Mitchkov. He went 7th to the Flyers. I don't see
yeah,
how you pass him up if you're the Coyotes. Even Ryan Leonard went 8 to the Capitals, and for him to fall to the Capitals, that's just it's crazy, man.
yeah. I agree. I mean, and like, I mean, you're seeing Matvey Michkov, he's available. Ryan Leonard, he's available. Nate Danielson, he's available. Dalibor Dvorsky. I mean, guys,
Hmm. Right.
these are great players, offensive players,
Hmm.
and I don't see the Simashev at
You're
6.
right.
It
Right.
makes no sense.
And I guess just to round out the top 10 here, but we were talking about Nate Danielson possibly falling to 19 also
Right.
last video, and good for Nate. I mean, he goes top 10 to the Detroit Red Wings at number 9. Uh, I had a feeling he was going to jump up, to maybe like 12 through 14 ish. But to see him go at 9, I mean, Steve Eiserman's really he has his eyes set. It's similar to the Moritz Seider pick a few years ago because they also took him pretty high,
Yes.
and everyone wasn't projecting him to go that high. But hey, if that's your guy, man, I guess go and get him. Top 10. That's pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess just the last pick we could go over here is number 10. St. Louis Blues. They go with Dalibor Dvorsky. I forgot where he was from. Was it Czechia?
Yeah, he
Uh,
looks like he's playing in Sweden,
really? Okay,
but
okay.
I do believe he is from Czechia.
Right. Yeah, so that's a solid pick, man. He's not super big, but he really plays in the rough areas, front of the net, decent defensive game. That's a good pick for the Blues, and we'll be seeing them a lot.
Yeah.
So that's a good pick for them.
Quick correction, he is from Slovakia.
Slovakia. Okay, okay.
Zvolen.
Yep. Yeah, the jerseys are so similar, man. With
Yeah, the
Czechia,
colors too, yeah.
right? hmm Yeah, but great player, great prospect, and that about rounds up the top 10. Maybe just an interesting name that fell out of the top 10. Um, Zach Benson, man, from the Winnipeg Ice in the
Yeah.
WHL.
I love that guy's game, man.
Right. Awesome two-way player, super fast, super nifty, man. But to see him fall out of the top 10 and he goes to the Buffalo Sabres at 13. I mean, come on,
That's
man.
gonna be so spooky. That is like one of the pieces they need.
Yeah, because they have big bodies, man. Dylan Cousins, Tage Thompson, right?
6'7".
Yeah,
Get
man,
out of
he's
here.
like 6'6".
Yeah.
And just to have this speedy guy, like, so nifty, man. Such a nifty player.
So skilled too. That's
So
that's the
skilled, man.
yeah.
D
36
Definitely like a
goals,
top 10 talent.
62 points. So it looks
hmm
like he drives play really well with those
Right,
assists.
definitely.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, man. That pretty much just wraps up the top 10 there. And if you wanted to go over just like a quick preview for tomorrow, so right off the bat, the Hawks have four second round picks and two third round picks. And the
Oh,
first pick tomorrow morning, which starts at 10 a.m. So this will be out on Thursday. So the draft will be on at 10 a.m. Central Time. And let's see here. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Three guys. We have the 35th pick, so the third pick of the second round.
mm,
So we're right on that clock, man.
yeah. Right there.
Yeah, just a few minutes in, but a few guys that we could look at with those second round picks. One's Danny Nelson, also from the U.S. Development Program. He's 6'3", so definitely going to be looking for more size now. Oliver Moore, 5'11", Conor Bedard, 5'10". So Danny Nelson, 6'3". He could play forward, center, but definitely known for his uh, defensive skill. Big body, really plays the body. I mean, he
Ooh.
separates a player from the puck, and if you need a guy on the third, fourth line to really just set a tone, gain some momentum, I mean, that's your guy. His name is Danny Nelson. That would be an awesome pick.
Yeah.
hmm
I like the sound of that.
Right,
Maybe like hopefully ceiling, probably looking at like maybe a Tom Wilson.
right. I think he's a little more skilled than Tom Wilson. Probably better speed too. Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, but same size, same build. Obviously very young, but we'll see how he develops there. Danny Nelson, yeah. And just one more wild card pick for tomorrow. I really feel like we're gonna snag a goalie, whether it's in the second round or the third round, because most of the goalies that we have right now are 6'2", 6'3", with Soderblom, Comesso, Stauber. But my number one goalie for the pre-draft process is Michael Harabel. Uh,
Mm,
he is from Czechia, and he's committed to the University of Massachusetts for next year. Uh,
interesting.
he, yeah, he's 6'6".
That's a
He
big boy.
weighs right. He weighs 216. Save percentage was 908, so 90% save percentage. Goal goes allowed 2.86. I I try not to put too much into that because they are so young at that
Yeah.
stage. But when you're looking for those traits, man, 6'6", 216, like that's already NHL build, man. I mean, that's an NHL ready body, obviously. with the size, but if we could snag him or another bigger size goalie tomorrow, I think that would be great, man.
Yeah. Where's he playing right now?
He played in let's see, the Omaha Lancers, so the USHL.
USHL, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
but
cool.
yeah, but he'll be in college next year, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I had a buddy. He went USHL, so he was Dubuque Fighting Saints, got traded to the Indiana Ice, and then he went to Miami of Ohio. So
Hmm.
I'm familiar with the USHL, that's for certain.
Right.
That's cool, man. I like a goalie. I think maybe like like either third round, like early third round, or maybe like the end of the second, because we have
Right.
four picks. Maybe to use that fourth pick to
Exactly.
snag him, assuming he's still there, which I
Hmm.
feel like he will. Like I said, I think goalies go like three, four,
Hmm.
5 rounds.
Yeah.
I still think you're grabbing skaters
Definitely. Definitely.
for forwards and D man.
Yep. That will be very interesting tomorrow morning, man. Yeah. All right. So that pretty much just wraps up our first reaction to the first round, and just a little preview for the second round. And obviously, there's seven rounds total. So 2 through 7 on Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. on ESPN, I believe that is. So it's draft season, man. We'll be ready tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now I know you saw it. You sent it over to me. We got the
Hmm.
schedule for
Hmm.
the 23-24 season,
Right.
and it's all hot dogs themed,
Hmm.
which I really appreciate. Love that.
Hmm.
And so we got is that October 10th? I want to say season
Hmm.
opener against the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Penguins.
Yep. The Penguins on the 10th. Yep.
Yeah, and then it's 11 days
Hmm.
before the home opener, which just so
Against
happens,
Vegas.
yeah, that's
Yep.
defending Stanley Cup champions.
Hmm.
So, I don't think we have any ex-Hawks on the Golden Knights, so we won't have another Jack Johnson situation where they're raising
No.
the banner. Or no,
Hmm.
oh no, that we're at home, so never mind.
Right.
It's not going to
Like
happen
last year.
regardless. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm. Just to sum up the preseason really quick, we basically play the same teams like every year for preseason. I'm
Mm,
guessing it's just for travel, right?
right.
Just to limit travel. So we're gonna play three teams, I believe: St. Louis, Minnesota, and Detroit.
Detroit,
Um,
yeah.
yep. So there are one, two, three, four, five, six preseason games. Tickets will probably be at its cheapest point during preseason. That might be a good time to snag some tickets to see Bedard in action.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, at a great spot, great view, great price. I always try to get some preseason tickets just to get in there early, right?
Yeah, and then you can see all the prospects. They're gonna send, Oliver Moore might even be there, you know?
Right. Exactly. Hmm.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much just end of September and then October, and then we'll obviously get into the rest of the schedule later on. But just wanted to get that out there for the start of the season. Yep.
Yeah, and then with Connor Bedard, another perk you could say is that I want to say 10 Hockey Night in Canada
Hmm. Right.
games, which is on Saturdays and Sundays on the weekends.
Hmm.
So that's prime time Canada viewing. So you can get Bedard out there, get the Hawks on there. So I'm sure
Hmm.
people will love that because Hawks are always into outdoor games and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, check out the Blackhawks.
Right.
uh,
Maybe we'll win some Winter Classics this time around, right? Because
right. I think they're like one victory. It was the one at Soldier Field against the
right.
Penguins.
Yep. Yeah. Haven't done very well in those. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I don't know why
you know
either.
it's weird, man. That's old news now, right? That's just the old news,
Old news.
right?
Well, yeah, everyone from the dynasty era is gone.
Hmm.
So
Exactly.
this is a new leaf. This is a brand new team,
Hmm.
brand new administrators, brand new executives, coaches. You know, the only remnants. I don't. Mike Gapsky, the trainer, even retired. So I
Yep. Yeah.
mean,
Right. Hmm.
this is brand new. So
Hmm.
oh man, go Hawks! Bedard season.
Right. Hmm. And that pretty much just wraps up the reaction and just a quick sneak peek to the beginning of the schedule there.
Yeah,
Yep. Hmm.
for sure. Day one done. Now day two, rounds 2 through 7. Hilarious to me
Hmm.
that they're gonna jam all that in. No one goes up to the podium or anything.
No, no.
There's no kissing babies, signing autographs,
Hmm.
doing whatever.
Right.
So it's just gonna be like, who do you have? Who do you have? Who do you have? I have him.
Hmm.
Cool, awesome, thanks, goodbye.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. 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 It shouldn't be too long. Like finishing off like 4 through 7 rounds. It'll go quick. Right. Hmm.
yeah, awesome, man. Well, really, really great day one. I'm really happy with Bedard and Moore, best skater in the league, best
Hmm.
player, or sorry, best skater
Hmm.
amongst the draft, and the best player in the draft.
Yep.
Generational talent, being compared to Austin Matthews and all that. So
Hmm.
that's awesome, and it's not quite over.
Nope.
But so when this drops, it'll be today. So today it's going to be done, and then you got to look forward to July 1st, the day after tomorrow,
Hmm.
and
Exactly.
that's going to be free agency. It's going to get wild.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's going to get
Yeah.
really wild.
And we'll definitely cover the news that's coming out of like development camp. See what's going on, and that would be great, man. Yeah.
For
Hmm.
sure. Well,
Hmm.
man, it's pleasure for today, and we're going to end that here. This is the Chicago Blackhawks Hockey Central podcast presented by Breaks Media. I'm Joe Vitali. That's Skokes. Have a great day, Blackhawks fans. Bedard season.
All right. Let's go Hawks.